Hello, everybody. This is Angelica Corral with What in the World Events. And today we have two fabulous Portojas, Boricuas. Um,
Dale.
we got Brenda Lisa Costa and we got Carmen
Hello.
Melendez. And we're really excited because this is Hispanic Heritage
Hola.
Month. And we want to know about Puerto Rico. We want to know about what these fabulous women are doing to be leaders in the community. So I guess you want to introduce yourself, Carmen, and then after that, Brenda Lee too.
Sí.
Sure. I am a jíbara hasta el hueso. I'm a 100% Puerto Rican, even though I've been in the United States over 40 years. But like we say in Puerto Rico, todavía tengo la mancha de plátano. I was born in the most beautiful town in Puerto Rico. It's in the middle of the island. It's called Comerío. I don't know, Brenda Liz, if you're familiar with Comerío.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a grandma. I decided to write children's book on during COVID, so I had three, and fourth one is coming soon. I was very involved with the Puerto Rican community in San Diego. I was the president of the House of Puerto Rico, and so on, so on. So I like to be active. I used to be super active. Now, not much.
Well, you're active with your books because I know you're going to be
That's
doing a
it.
book reading.
Ask me something.
Yeah, you're going to be in Riverside doing a book
Oh
reading,
yes,
right?
Saturday at the
There you go. So we'll have to put that in the
yes
comments.
next Saturday at the local community college.
Awesome. No,
Yes.
I love to hear what all you're doing. Brenda Lisa, ahora tú, mija.
Oh, my goodness, my goodness. También la mancha de plátano aquí. Aquí está, aquí está. Yo soy, I am from the west side of the island. I am from San Germán. I was born, raised there, and then when I was around 21, my parents 20, no, I don't know, between 20, I think I was 20. My parents moved to the metro area to Guaynabo, and then a couple of years later I got married and I lived in Caguas, so close to Comerío. Yes, close to Comerío. And yeah, I lived there most of my life until 10 years ago. I made the choice of moving to New Jersey, and now last year we moved to Florida. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a Latina master of ending burnout, and I have experienced it firsthand many times. So that's where I focus right now. And even though it's not necessarily the community that I'm supporting, I do feel that as Latinas, we experience burnout in a very unique way, and a lot of it has to do with the way we were raised, links very closely to our behaviors, and that's why I'm so passionate about the topic of helping them really overcome burnout once and for all and avoid future cycles of burnout. um, I love my accent. I would not change my accent for anything in the world. I think it makes me who I am, unique, and I'm really glad. I mean, Angelica, you kind of coordinated this. Zoom, relámpago, así. Woo! You're mute.
I'm just cracking up because yeah, I did. I was just having a conversation with Carmen, and I was thinking, I really I got my friends Boricuas that I want to support as well on for Hispanic Heritage. I supported Michelle Ramos, but I wanted to get the other ones with the plátano en la frente.
Mira, aquí I have it here. I don't know. I have it here.
La mancha.
La mancha plátano.
La mancha de plátano. I love it.
We're born with it. And I can tell you, I can find mancha plátano in any Puerto Rican. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So I'm excited because you guys are so full of life, and I love Puerto Rico and I love the music. Salsa music's one of my favorite, and salsa dancing. And I met Carmen at San Diego Latino Film Festival, and ever since then we've been buddies. But now she's written her 3 books, and so you want to talk a little bit about your books, Carmen? No se oye nada.
Well, like a good Puerto Rican, I
Yeah.
can you
Ahora
hear
sí.
me?
Sí, sí, sí.
Okay. Like a good Puerto Rican, my books are about a pot of mermaids living at the bottom of the Caribbean Sea. So it is there's a lot of my culture in each book. And all my characters are named after towns in Puerto Rico, like Jabucoa, Jayuya, um, Comerío. So most of my characters have names of towns, and it's basically my life in a fiction way. I have my 2 daughters and my 2 granddaughters are mermaids in the stories. They don't know, but it's based on my life. So I had those children's book. I always wanted to write about my life, but I figure my family take me more serious if I write children's books. But it's been a really fun trip, and I truly, I mean, you, Angelica, has been my accountability partner for many years, and you inspire me. So thank you for that.
You know what is a good fun fact about Puerto Rico that I just got reminded when Carmen was saying that characters were named after the towns is that we call them municipalities in Puerto Rico. The island is tiny if you think about it. It's like 30 miles by 90 miles. Like literally, it's a small island, right? And we have 78 municipalities or towns. So you can imagine in such a tiny island, we have so much, and each municipality has its own uniqueness, right? From even the way they cook food, the way we say certain words, the way we speak the language, which is kind of incredible that in such a small space, there's so much diversity.
I love it. I
There's
love it.
everything. There's everything in Puerto Rico. Being such a tiny island has nothing to envy to any place in the world. I mean, it's a paradise. First of all, every single town has at least 5 beautiful um, m- maravillas. Like in my hometowns, there's so many spots that it's amazing how every single town has beautiful spots. Like every town has a cascada, waterfalls. It's amazing. It's such a tiny island, but we have so much to offer. So much. It's just I'm so proud of being Puerto Rican. I am.
This is like a proud moment because you guys are talking about your island, and I have to say that um, I didn't used to be as affectionate before until I met my friends in New York who were Puerto Ricans, and the way my friends greeted was always con un beso, a kiss on the cheek, and I was like, that is awesome. I thought I'm gonna start doing that. So
We
I
kiss
have,
everybody. We kiss
yes.
everybody. And then
Hmm.
the funny part is when I moved to the States and then I was going to houses and all of that stuff and I was going to work events or meeting with suppliers because even when I was in the corporate world in Puerto Rico, like if a supplier came, we would hug them, we would kiss them. Ah, how are you? Like
Hmm. Hmm.
no, no here, not in the US. That was for me the biggest cultural shock, and it
Hmm.
was because I could see, I could feel people's boundary, and I could feel like when that people would be a little bit intimidated and they would get kind of like, but for me it was so natural, and it took me a couple of rejections to realize that, oops, I cannot do this here.
I know people's body stiffens up. They're like, I want it, right? Well, we got a few comments, and I want to read them. Dr. Shekhar Powar says, "Nice to see Carmen and her achievements. It's really motivating." And Dr. Shekhar Pawar also says, "I also published book on cybersecurity." And then he puts to download the free Kindle version. You crack me up, Dr. Shekhar, over here doing a commercial. It's all right.
No, no commercial. It's not in Spanish. No, no commercial. No, no, I'm just kidding.
And let's see, Dr. Abdur says, "Good morning from Bangladesh." Well, good evening from California. And it's really late over in Florida.
Yes.
And Lisa Febeck says, "Hi, everyone. Hi." Go ahead. What were you going to say, Brenda?
It's
Lisa?
11:13 p.m. and I didn't read Angelica's message completely. So when Angelica sends me the last minute, let's do this. Can you do this? I'm like, oh, 9 p.m. Yeah, 9 p.m. I can do this. Then I'm like, it's not 9 p.m. my time, it's 9 p.m. California time. So yeah, 11:13 here now.
Oh my goodness. But I'm glad that I'm really having a fun time with both of you guys. It's fun to do one at a time, but I really like that, there's even more Puerto Riqueña right here. Makes it more fun. So another question for Carmen, and then I'll go over to you. Um what oh, actually, I didn't ask you this one. What part of did you say what part? You did say what part of PR you're from.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I'm from the
go ahead.
west, Carmen is from the center.
Okay.
And I think Carmen is having internet issues.
Difficulty. Okay. Okay, so then I'll ask you a question about let's get some tips about mindfulness because you're the mindfulness queen. Brenda Liz, what is it that, let's say somebody is really burnout and they're stressing out at the job. Let's say they're at their desk. What are some things that they could do so that they can fight the stress?
So I'm gonna make a public service announcement here. No, I'm just kidding.
Carmen ya se fue. Carmen se fue. Yeah. I guess it's
so
just me and you, amiga.
yeah, so I recommend everybody to set up their alarm clocks in their phones and put like intentional 1 minute breaks. And
Mhm,
what these 1 minute breaks, this could be a break between meetings, it could be break between like the moment where you're going to go to lunch or coming back from lunch and you just
mhm,
sit in your desk, you know very quietly and with your, like, really in tune with yourself, and you take a breath minute break.
okay.
I feel like we go through the day most of the time in a way that all the stress piles up in our shoulders, in our neck, and a lot of the times we don't even breathe properly. And that gets us into the flight and digest like type of um energy. And in order for us to get our nervous system more calm so we can experience life more in a more grounded way, in a more aligned way with ourselves, when
Mhm,
we take just 1 minute of intentional breathing where we slow down our breath, we're allowing our body to recuperate from the stress, and we're creating little by little muscle memory, right? So
mm,
I it's funny because every time I'm gonna go in a pause of breath, I
uh-huh.
kind of like position my body in a very specific way.
Let's
And
see the position.
no, I just the way I sit, and
Oh,
I put my I ground my feet on the floor. I just
Okay.
put my hands to the side, and the moment I just do this and put my head back, immediately, because I've been doing it for so long, it's
Mhm.
like immediately I feel my breath actually tunes in and kind of gets in the rhythm that I want it to be so
Mhm.
much quicker, because you're creating that muscle memory. You're creating kind of like oh my god, I can't even think of the word in English or Spanish. An anchor. You kind of create like an anchor, and
Mhm.
then it kind of becomes your own way of doing it. So yeah, I recommend everybody to pause intentionally for 1 minute through the day. It doesn't have to be at a specific time. Just do it as you need it,
Mhm.
or schedule it on purpose in your calendar. When the alarm clock, at the beginning I would put the alarm in my phone, and then
Mhm.
I would put post it through the computer just to remind myself to breathe, because we forget to breathe, and when we're not breathing properly, it doesn't help. So yeah, that would be my quick kind of way to just allow give your body a break to kind of pause. And then when we do this, our mind gets clear. So we might be struggling with solutions, but then all of a sudden, by doing these intentional pauses,
Mhm.
we're allowing our mind to clear. And as a result, we can get more creative, we can get better results. Yeah.
Yay! I love that, because we forget. We get so busy with day-to-day work that we don't pause. So I love that it's that you create a habit. I love that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And I would say this is the public service announcement. Here it comes. And if you want to learn about all these techniques, follow me in LinkedIn, follow me in YouTube, because I am doing all my techniques of breathing, quick breathing techniques that you can use for stress management. They're going to start to be recorded in YouTube. I began this project last week, and now it's full blown YouTube.
Yay! Awesome. Felicidades, amiga. Happy for you. I want to
Good
say
luck.
hello to,
Good luck to you. I'm sorry, guys, that my computer just died and
but it's
I'm
Oh,
back
back.
though.
And I wish you luck, Brenda, Liz.
gracias, gracias,
What's
Carmen.
that?
Un
You're back.
placer.
You're back though, right? You're back, so that's okay.
I'm back. I figured it out. I'm so
Ah,
sorry. I'm terrible
no
with
worries.
computers.
It's okay. It's okay. So let's see. A LinkedIn user says, "Wow, Puerto Rico. I wonder if I could stay and work in Latin America, especially Puerto Rico for a year."
I wonder who said that, because we can't see their name.
I know it says LinkedIn user.
I'm
I'm
gonna
guess
check. I'm the investigator. I'm gonna go to
Okay,
LinkedIn and
go
check.
investigate, don't you? Sale, vale. I see that Ari is in the house and she says, Hola, bellas. Hola, bella, back to you. And then
Hola. Hola.
Syed says, Hello, everyone. Natalie says, Good early morning, Angelica, Brendaliz, and Carmen. Good evening, because we're way on the other side of the world. Natalie's in England. So good to hear from all of you. Wanted to ask now that Carmen is back, I am going to ask her about her book. If your book was adapted into a movie, who would be your dream cast for the main characters? Uh-oh.
Well, I will
I thought we
have
lost you.
as the main mermaid, I have to say Jennifer Lopez because I love her. But for the music, I want Olga Tañón. That's for sure.
Salsa.
Brenda Leeds, I'm pretty sure who's Olga Tañón is, right?
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
yeah, there's so many people that I would love to have in my in my movie. So, but the first name that comes to my mind is Jennifer Lopez.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, cool. I could picture that. I could picture her as a mermaid. Yes.
Oh my goodness, I can picture her. Yeah.
So now the next question is for Brenda Liz. What is the most bizarre moment that happened to you at your job in your career, and how did you handle it um, so that you could, or I should say, the bizarre, maybe stressful moment, and how did you handle it so that you could, um, in a calm and mindful way?
Oof. I think there's been so many, so many stressful. Um, I,
I
I
can
okay,
relate.
okay. I can think of one that it's the one that changed my life
Uh-huh,
completely. But I think stress for me. I think if I didn't have stress, like I wasn't operational. Like the levels of stress I was used to managing were a little bit crazy.
uh-huh,
Now, I would say my injury in 2016 happened while I was traveling for work.
uh-huh.
So I hit my head
Uh-oh.
getting into, so I was getting into a taxi minivan, and
Mhm,
I, you know how it has on the back like this handle that you can pull yourself into the minivan. So
mhm.
yeah, I grabbed on the handle, and Brenda's mind was en las estrellas somewhere else, and I didn't duck my head, and I went with all full force and compressed my spine. So
Oh.
I would say for me that's the hardest time for me because of a couple of things. One is I was away from my family. I was
Mhm,
in a business trip that I didn't want to go to, and my
mhm.
heart was battling being there.
Mm.
And like I knew that I couldn't just walk away from the training I was experiencing because I was feeling that they had put so much um, belief in me that then that meant I was kind of like a failure, right?
Oh.
Because of all these standards that we kind of put on ourselves through life,
Mhm,
right?
mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say that for me, because coming back was like that battle. When I came back, I went kind of almost directly to the hospital, and
Mhm,
then when I went to the hospital, I was in the hospital for 5 days. So it
mhm,
was like that inner battle of I have so much to do. Who's gonna do my work?
mhm.
And guess what? Nobody covered my work during those 6 months, and the world didn't end.
There you go. It's funny how we imagine the world's gonna end or we worry about things that never happen, right?
Hmm. No, and we
Gina.
allow the extra pressures because sometimes,
Yes.
like, we allow our bosses and all these people to put that extra pressure on us. When in
Mhm,
reality, I was away for 6 months.
mhm,
Very minimum of the work I had to do was done. I'm not saying 0% of it, but I would, if 10% of what I had to do was done, was a lot.
mhm.
So what about the other 90%? Was on hold for for what? For the 6 months?
Wow. Interesting, interesting. Well, I see a few more people are saying hello. Gilda says hola, and, she's in Florida too.
Yes,
Gilda, uh-huh.
I'm going to
Faith.
interview her in a couple of weeks.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Favors here as well. She says hello, and I think that's those are who we have so far. So thank you for that. It makes us realize how we worry about some things and they never happen, right?
Hmm.
So okay, I'm gonna ask Carmen a question about her book. Or about another book, and I'll ask you this one too, Brenda, so that Brenda Lee, so you could think about it.
Okay.
What's the first book that made you cry, and why did it have such an impact on you?
There's a Puerto Rican author called Esmeralda Santiago.
Hmm.
She, no, she was not the first one. There's a lady called Jacqueline Jogerson. She was the one who made me cry. It was 21 years ago. I remember it was that long because it was when my grandson was born. I was reading that book, and the reason that book impacted my life so much was because the way that lady wrote that book, it was kind of like my life. It was how she grew up in Puerto Rico, in Campo de Puerto Rico, and how her family had to do to survive, and yada yada yada. So that book, I still have it and I still read it, and it was really inspirational. And I got to meet the author, the lady that wrote the book too. But yeah, I remember reading that book, and my daughter passed by, and I was crying like crazy, and she goes, "Mom, what's happening?" And I told her I'm reading this book. So that was the moment. But
What's the
I
name
love
of the book?
it. Uh,
What's
what
the
was
name of
that?
the book? What's the name of the book?
That book was Beyond Some Grapevine, some like that. That's the title.
Beyond the Grapevine.
No, no, no. It's I'm so sorry. I don't remember. Like again, this is like 21 years ago, but it's Beyond Grapes and Vines. That's the title.
Okay, then you do remember. Awesome. So, anybody want to cry? Be sure you read that movie, that book. Miguel Angel Davila's in the house. He says, "Hi, ladies." He's Puerto Riqueño in Nueva York, so he's representing here for the Boricuas. I should have had him in here with us next time, Miguel.
Yay.
Let's see. LinkedIn user says that's me, Ritesh and Grawal. Wow, Puerto Rico. I wonder if I can stay and work. Okay,
I
looks
mean,
like he.
technically, so let me respond to him that question.
Mhm.
Technically, a lot of people do that when they have remote jobs. They go and they live extended in Puerto Rico, and there's a lot of business owner or people who have complete remote jobs that actually they're based out of Puerto Rico without being Puerto Rican. So you just have to do the research and figure out if you can, like, financially and everything, because yeah, Puerto Rico is Puerto Rico.
I love it. Great, great advice, and thanks for sharing about the book. So I think it's time to do a breathing exercise with Brenda Liz
Oh my
because
god,
this.
I didn't plan this. Oh my god, this is very Latino style. Unplanned. But you didn't ask me about the book. Come on, let me answer
Okay,
the
let's
book
go with the
first.
book. Let's go with the book.
I, Angelica, I love you.
I love you too.
I my one of my favorite, like, Latin writers is Isabel Allende. I love all of her books. I mean, I think so. Let me take a step back. I'm a crier. I cry about almost everything and anything. I cry because I'm happy. I'm cry because I saw a bird on the outdoor crash towards my window, and I'm like there crying,
Aw.
looking at the bird. Like, I cry about, like, a lot of things. I'm really an emotional. I wear my emotions in my sleeve, let's put it
Mhm,
that way.
mhm.
um so I could imagine, I don't remember, but I could
Mhm.
imagine even with kids, in kids movies I would cry, like cartoons I would cry. So
Uh-huh,
yeah, I could imagine I could have cried with Caperucita Roja, easy.
uh-huh.
I can imagine that. But that I remember Isabel Allende's books really moved me, especially the one that she wrote about her daughter. I think it
Mm.
was called Paula or something like that. I'm really bad with book names. um it's a miracle I remember Isabel Allende's name. But yeah, like, all of her books for me are are incredible, let's put it that way.
Nice, nice. Thank you for sharing that. So it's a book we could all think about reading. You guys bringing brought out some books I've never heard of before. So, next question is for Carmen. If you
Yes,
could
I
have,
dodged the bullet.
hey, you could think about it because I might come back to the breathing. Carmen, if you could go out to dinner with any character from the past or even from today, who would it be and why would you want to ask them to go out to dinner with you?
You mean a character from a movie or from a book or
A real
from
person.
a real person?
Uh-huh.
Well, let me tell you something. There's this guy on TikTok that his
We're
name
gonna
is
go on a
Damon.
TikTok date. We're gonna go on a TikTok date here.
So now I
There's
got my
this
phone. I
guy.
need to look for the guy.
His name is Wayan or Dayan, something like that. But this guy is so hot. I mean, he's so
What is
hot.
his name? What is his name?
Dayan, Dayan,
Okay,
and
hold.
he's a jumper. He jumped the el brinca la cuica.
It's
Como
Oh
Olympic.
my God!
so
What?
Dayan.
Yeah, there's something
Oh,
about
okay.
he
What
is
is it about
like.
him that you like? That
I
he's a
mean,
good jumper?
Angelica, Google it.
you,
¿Qué pasó?
Google
you
it.
know what? He's like
I'm gonna
20
have to
years
see this
old,
man.
okay? But he is like so cute. His smile, the way he is. I don't know, but that will be the guy that I would love to take out for dinner.
Did you find him?
I'm looking. Let's see. Dayan Cole. Se llama Dayan
Yep,
Cole.
yep. Ese mismo. Cole. Kole.
I don't know his last name. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know his last name. But
Oh, his
anyway,
name is Cole.
no,
Oh my goodness, girl, you are too funny. Carmen.
he jumps the quicker. I mean, he's in shape and all that. Yeah.
Está guapo,
It,
está
it,
guapo.
I love that you're so up to speed with TikTok.
Yeah.
that's the only way I can communicate with my grandkids. That's why.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Miguel is he has a question for us. He says, "Are you all three ladies writers?" Yes, I am, and Carmen is, and Brenda Liz, you
Well,
write.
technically yes, because I'm writing a chapter for a book that will be published in the next couple of weeks. So yes,
There you
technically I'm a
go.
writer.
What's the name of the book it's going to be published in?
Uh you are asking
Se te
me
olvidó.
names. See? Because they changed the name. It's like
Oh,
a love
That
affair.
yeah, that's
It's
the
a love
oh,
whole
LinkedIn
thing.
Love
affair.
Affair.
You
LinkedIn Love
can
Yeah,
Affair.
yeah, but they took the LinkedIn out, so it's
Okay,
a love affair.
okay.
And then
yeah,
mine is I
you
came.
can write a whole book and you don't have the title until the end.
This one it's a collaboration, so it's like
Yeah,
multiple writers per
yeah.
book. She's actually pushing three. She's working on three books at the same time,
Hmm.
and all of them are love affairs with LinkedIn in different ways. So it's kind of cool because some people it's like they build a relationships. They came into LinkedIn and build a business. They came for the business and then they're like building other things. So it's kind of been really cool to write that chapter. I have to say that I'm impressed with myself because I didn't think I would have the discipline, one, and two, I just remember that I have another book chapter to write by November, and I just totally forgot. Um, and right now it came. My unconscious is right there working for me. So, so yes, it was a good eye opening experience.
Awesome, awesome. So, thank you for sharing that. Carmen, ahora vamos a preguntar a ti. What 3 tips can you give anybody who wants to write a children's book?
Well, you the first thing is, what is that you like? What is your passion? From there, you are going to come up with something. But the way I do my book is, I gather information of the things that I like the most. And
Mhm,
I create like a binder, and I pretend that that's the book. And
mhm,
I include in that binder all the details, all the all everything that I want to see in the book.
mhm,
and
mhm.
and and I keep writing. Maybe one day I don't, maybe the other day I do more. But the three step, or the three best thing that you can do is just do it. Just come up with the idea and do it. Do a little bit at a time. You don't have to do it everything at once. Just do it. One, do it. Two, do it. Three, do it. Because when you have the material complete, then you can find somebody to edit the book. And in the main thing is right. And
Mhm.
don't do the mistake that I did, because, like, I gather all my information in a binder, but it's better if you can put it directly in a digital way. That way
Uh-huh.
you don't have to work double.
Okay.
But it's just something that comes. If you have the passion for it, it just come. I mean, I have so many ideas for so many books that it's crazy. Like, just the other day, I was visiting my family, and I just wrote a book about my grandson pretending to be a bunny rabbit. So it's anything can be a book. And then you put the special touch. You put your feelings into it. And the hard part is publishing the book, but writing the book is not really that hard.
Nice. Thank you for those 3 tips. And I love the 1, the 2, and the 3. Just do it.
Do it, do it, do it.
Do it, do it,
A
do
lot
it.
of people. I'm actually teaching a class right now at a local senior. It's called About Writing, and a lot of people wants to write a book, but they're not willing to do the work. They want I don't know what they want. They want me to do the for them. I say, I can guide you. I can help you as much as I want, because I'm not really that pro, but I know a little bit more. I mean, I'm one step ahead. But a lot of people wants to do it, but they don't do it. It's like, okay, you want to do something, but it's not going to happen just because you're wishing for it. You have to do the work.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it's good thing that you're there to be the accountability partner. Brenda Lise, how about you, amiga? What are the 3 tips that you could give because you're writing your chapter, right?
So I gotta say, don't overthink it. We spend too much time overthinking the like, what am I gonna write about? What is it that I am? What? How do I want my story to flow? Right? And I
Mhm,
would say number one is don't overthink it. Just start with the first word. The moment you start with that first sentence, allow
mhm.
yourself to just flow. Like,
Yeah.
don't judge yourself. They will be the second one. Just start, don't judge yourself because it's not going to be perfect. Like there's going to be reiterations of it, and there's so much technology today to help you with
Mhm.
number one. You can actually do like read your book, kind of like reading to like talk your book, right? You can
Mhm.
talk into the app, and then the app archive transcribes it.
Mhm.
There's so much apps to help you even fix like the grammar, fix the book. Like I make so many mistakes writing things down because like
Mhm.
a disaster. Then of course I have to take Grammarly and kind of like pay maybe premium for that moment that I am actually fixing the book. But yeah, there's so much out there. So I said one was, just start. I don't remember
Mhm.
what were the second one, and then last but not least, you know, just I'll give yourself permission to create to write what you feel.
Mhm. I love that, the way that you feel, because that's what that's really what makes a book interesting, putting the emotions in there, right? I think that has a lot to do with it. I see that Miguel says, "I like LinkedIn, but not love it." I think he said that because of the
Because
LinkedIn
of
love
the book.
affair.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You're funny, Miguel.
So
He's
Miguel,
cracks
now
me
you have to read the three books so you can tell us your point of view. There you go. As soon as they're out, I'm gonna send you the link.
up. Natalie says, "What are the top 3 takeaways you would like us to take from this event?" Did you want to talk about um, your Puerto Rican culture, or did you want to talk about your? I mean, it could be 3 different things. The how you lead on LinkedIn, or also being a book writer. There's a few things you guys could talk about. I gave you guys some ideas.
I'll start. So
Okay.
I would say number one, like there's so much power in collaboration and networking,
Mhm.
and that's
Mhm.
what events like this bring forward, right? we
Mhm.
are we are w- right now I'm seeing comments from people I don't know.
Mhm.
So it allows me to expand my network,
Mhm.
and by some of the questions you get to also understand and know the people that are out there. So I
Yes.
do think that there's such a huge power on these events.
Yes.
The second thing I would say is, even if you get like if even if you are away from your place of birth, wherever that place is. In our case is Puerto Rico. That's what our blood um calls for. um Even if you're away, always stay true to your heritage, always stay true to your roots, because that's what makes us unique. That's what allows us to experience the world and see the world very different from the person that is going to stand next to you. So honor
Mhm.
that heritage. And the third thing I would say is just breathe.
I love that. Okay, on that note, I'm gonna do a breath. Go ahead, Brenda Lise.
Oh my goodness gracious. So can I ask Carmen a question before we do the breath work?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ask Carmen a question.
Can you see that I am
You're stalling. You're stalling.
I'm stalling. Carmen, when you go back to Puerto Rico, I want you to be honest with me, and I'll be honest with you. And you get on that plane, and that plane is getting, and you can see the island. What do you feel?
You know what? Hay una canción que dice, qué rico es poder decir que yo soy puertorriqueño, right?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Enamorada de mi tierra, de la cultura y de mi pueblo. Cuando yo voy a Puerto Rico, y a mí me gusta ir por lo menos una vez every other year, cual, I just, it's just, I'm in paradise when I go there. And then
Mhm.
it, it just to see my friends. And I left Puerto Rico in the 80s. So a lot of people that had done that by now they forgot about Puerto Rico. Not me. If you see my house, it's like a museum.
Oh.
It's like es una emoción. It's such
Yes.
an emotion. I mean, it's like I put my luggage in a rental car and I go around the island. My
Oh.
family get mad because I don't stay in one house totally. I just go around every little single corner. It's a joy. It's such a joy. It just the music, the heat. People complain, oh, it's humid, this and that. That's the best part. It's just driving the green. It's just I cannot describe. It's undescribable. It it's a feeling that I cannot describe because I've been out of Puerto Rico more than 40 years and I still feel like I left yesterday. I missed
Wow.
it. I miss the food. Nowadays, it's really easier to find the ingredients to make our food here in California. But it's like I go to Puerto Rico and I visit with my family. I go in, I sit down in a plaza pública. That's the public uh, well, for those guys that, for you guys that don't know what Plaza Pública is, like the main area in a town. Like you said before, there's 78 towns, so each town has a plaza. I go to my hometown plaza. I sit on the benches, and there's people that recognize me. How cool is that?
That's
It's like
awesome.
That's
I haven't
cool.
been there for more than four. I mean, I go all the time. I go, but I haven't lived there for over 40 years. And there's still friends from high school, I mean, it's a small town. So all the friends from first grade to high school, they're all, we get together. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
So do
I don't
you
even
do
know
you
why I'm not living there.
so do you cry? Do you cry when the airplane is coming in and lands? Do you applaud? Because that's a fun fact of Puerto Ricans.
Oh my gosh, of course. That's it. That's it. You have to.
You
You
have
have
to.
to. And then you look at I wrote a story about that because you entered the airport and you it's like an amusement park with the Puerto
Hmm.
Rican flag. The Puerto Rican flag is everywhere, you know, and it's like it's unique. Puerto Rico is unique. There's no place in the whole world like Puerto Rico. And like I say earlier, Puerto Rico has everything. Puerto Rico has no reason to envy any country because Puerto Rico has everything. Everything it's amazing. I am so freaking proud of being Puerto Rican. I am.
Yay. Awesome. Awesome. I love that. I love that question and I love that answer and I love the stalling. But I gotta read some of these. I gotta read some of these comments, and Joseph cracks me up. In reply to Miguel, he says, "I love LinkedIn," and LinkedIn user says, "Love stories on LinkedIn." Wow, amazing, amazing. So Natalie said, "What are three top takeaways you'd like us to take from this event?" Did you wanna mention any that you could think of, Carmen?
Well, I think that I hope this motivate me to be on LinkedIn more. I have so many friends that are on LinkedIn, but I don't visit Clinton as much as I should. I should do it to promote my books more. So
You're too busy looking
hopefully
at Jan.
that you know what?
You're looking at Dayan on TikTok.
Yeah, I just I'm lazy for that. I'm lazy to be in on. I mean, I like TikTok because another thing about TikTok is that I go to Puerto Rico every day. I mean, have you seen the
Oh.
videos? They're amazing. So, but the thing is, since I retire, I go, LinkedIn is more like for professionals. I'm retired, for God's sake. I just want to have
You're a
fun.
professional
That's
author,
it.
though.
But
You're a professional
but
writer?
I will say that the 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 takeaway from this night is like it motivates me to be more proactive.
Nice.
There you
Nice.
go.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. We're having fun here. We're having fun. That's the whole thing too. We could be here and have a good time. I think another thing for me, the three takeaways is it's Hispanic Heritage Month, and it's learning about it. Everyone here can learn about a different culture. And right now, everybody's learning about Puerto Rico and the love that Puerto Ricans have for their culture, right? Another thing that I think is important is seeing how we have Latina leaders here, three different ones. I do the podcast, and I know Brenda Lise has got hers coming on YouTube. And she's also a mindful breath work, and we're going to be breathing in a moment. And we have Carmen, who's an author. So that's number two. So we got culture, we have leadership, and number three is to just be yourself and have a good time and collaborate with your sisters because we can help each other grow farther faster when we have a team of people helping each other out, right? So those are my three takeaways. Now,
Beautiful.
and now it's time to Annalise.
My neurons are not working at 11:55 p.m., but we can try it.
Let's try it. Let's try it. We're winging it. We're having a good time.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so this is actually my favorite technique from that actually it has an amazing impact into your whole body, and it's called the resonant or coherent breathing.
Hmm.
And what it does is it actually kind of synchronizes your mind with your heart.
Okay.
It's really powerful because we're not gonna it's a really cool technique. You're gonna breathe in on the count of five, and then you're gonna breathe out on the count of five. You're
Okay.
not gonna hold it. It's gonna be like a continuous breathing. You
Okay.
don't hold your breath after the inhale, or you don't hold your breath after the exhale. So
Okay.
the idea is we're gonna count five in and then five out. So
Okay.
that means that you need to kind of like stretch your breath. So you're inhaling slowly and then
Okay.
you're exhaling slowly. Okay?
Okay.
So couple of things to keep into account. I'm not doing the whole thing I do normally in my audio rooms now
Mhm.
to be the YouTube,
Mhm.
which by the way, tomorrow I have a YouTube that we're going to be breathing together at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So I
Make
haven't
sure that
posted it. I
you
haven't posted it, but I'm going to post it and I'll make it in the comments here.
yes, put it in the comments.
Yeah,
Porfa.
I will. So what I want you to do is just sit comfortable. And
Okay.
as you're taking that inhale, remember just to take it slowly. Allow yourself to breathe in slowly. And then
Mhm.
as you're taking the exhale, just allow yourself to exhale slowly. Because
Okay.
then that way you're not kind of like feeling, oh, I'm supposed to be doing inhale and I just can't inhale anything more, or I'm supposed to be exhaling and I'm just holding my breath. No, no, no. Stretch it. Just do it slowly. Okay?
Okay.
So
Okay.
go ahead. Oh, I don't have music or anything like that, but go ahead
That's okay.
and get comfortable.
Okay.
And as you get comfortable, I want you to first of all just do a quick reset,
Look
and
at
you can go.
Carmen's neck. Carmen's doing her neck y todo.
Ah, yeah, of course. So I want to invite you to go ahead and close your eyes.
Okay.
And as you go ahead and close your eyes for a quick second, I want you to exhale all the air that you may have in your lungs. Go ahead and exhale. And now do a quick inhale through the nose and just a normal exhale through the mouth. Go ahead. Yes, that's right. You got this. Now, as we take the next inhales and exhale, I'm going to be counting to five, and or talking and guiding you through the in and out.
Okay.
There we go. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go ahead and exhale everything out. 3, 4, 5. Another quick inhale through the nose. 3, 4, 5. And exhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you feel inclined to exhale through the mouth, go ahead and do it. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is continuous breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go ahead and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and inhale a little bit of self-love. 3, 4, 5. And exhale any worries that you may have at this point. 3, 4, 5. And just go ahead, take one last inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And go ahead and exhale all the air from your body out. Start to move your body, and as soon as you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Doesn't it feel cool? And we just did like what, a minute and a half?
It feels good. I'm so glad that I pressured you.
You see? And you go, this is coercion here.
Y a la pura hora de la hora, it's
Then
nine
I'm like,
o'clock.
I don't know if you can see my eyes, but I'm like literally dying.
Oh, because you're sleepy. Yeah, son las 12.
And then I close my eyes to give you the instructions. So I'm like, okay, don't sleep, Brenda. Keep going, keep going.
I love it. Thank you, Brenda, and thank you, Carmen. I love you guys. I'm so glad that we got together like this.
I laughed. I laughed so much today.
Me too. Me too. A lot of fun, lot of fun. Carmen, it looked like you
Thank you,
had fun.
Angelica and Brenda Lee.
Un placer,
It
Carmen.
was really nice meeting you, Brenda Lee.
Así mismo es.
Pueblo puertorriqueño, what can we say?
Mira, donde hay puertorriqueño,
Buenas
hay arroz con
noches.
gandules, hay pernil, chuleta, arroz con habichuela, tostones, surullito, alcapurria, pasteles,
Y plátano maduro.
plátanos, tostones y plátano
Viandas con
maduro.
bacalao.
Viandas con bacalao, aunque a mí no me gusta el bacalao, pero yo soy la excepción. Pero
But
sí.
you know what they say? Te conozco bacalao, aunque vengas disfrazado. Anyways. Oh, look at Joseph, right? He says that was good. Thank you, Joseph. That was our team here. Brenda Liz, make sure that you follow her so that you could follow her on YouTube, and follow Carmen too for her book. Let's continue supporting each other. I love you all for coming tonight. Mwah. Nos vemos.
Good night.
You're
Good night,
still live.
everybody. I know, right? Adios. Ciao.